With the floods in KwaZulu-Natal and speak to someone else whose family was affected. I'm joined now by Sindiswa Hlela from Inanda. Sindiswa, very good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for speaking to us. First things first, how are you and your family doing?
Good afternoon to you in studio and your viewers at home. My name is Sindiswa Hlela from Inanda, Emachobeni, Ward 44, under Etilini Municipality. In the very difficult. It's difficult. We're still trying to pick up the pieces of what's left. Now, but just to narrate taking from the story that Gogo told us, because when the incident happened, she was the only one at home. The others, the victim 17, I was in Richards Bay, and I'm still in Richards Bay because we've been advised not to travel for now. But as soon as I think everything clears out, I'll also be going home. So Gogo, she was taking her afternoon nap when it all happened, and she just had a knock emnyango and he was in panic mode because he was seeing what was happening. So he just told her, can you please take any of your valuables because things are. And she was in awe because so she just took a PSC which likely had her ID and her SASA thingies. Okay, so when the Pumela Ngaphandle Nyango, that's when she saw what it damaged. Saying that I said we where used to be our kitchen as Bele Tombini, it's just a mess. So luckily the structure that fell apart is a new house, we had an older setup but now it's not in a good condition because the since the structure is so luckily and spend the night for less structure. So it's I think in a good shape because India
and you know, Sindiswa, while we're talking to you, we're showing some of the pictures of your family home where your grandmother, as you were just saying, was taking an afternoon nap when a panicked neighbor knocked on her door and said, your house is in danger. And as we're showing now, a section of the house literally collapsed into the ground, the door frame and the door itself floating from what we are showing currently. When you received the call that this had happened, what went through your mind?
Oh, I think my heart stopped for a minute, and then it was just because it's when these things happened, I think the only thing that bothers you is anybody hurt or is my granny okay? Because my other cousin came back from work, also just checking up on everyone. Is everyone okay? Is everyone injured? I think the damage we didn't see it in its massive nature. It only registered after it was okay. Our home fell apart. We've lost everything. My granny has lost everything from ukudla, food, and furniture, and everything else that home.
And while you then count your losses, what is it that your family needs most at the moment that Ukoko, more specifically, would require?
Okay, at the moment, it's even hard to point out because we basically need everything because we've lost everything. But a few community leaders came by and made suggestions that they'll go and maybe get something for us like a tent so that we could move all our belongings to that tent. So I think for now it's just shelter. We are homeless. My granny is homeless. We don't have anything. The food was flushed out. Everything you can think of, we've lost it.
And how is Gogo dealing with the situation? I mean, you yourself have said you're unable to travel back home because of the extent of flooding and how some roads are blocked. How is she coping?
My granny is 79, so you can only imagine how devastated she is and heartbroken and just at a loss I think for her it's more of a hopeless situation, but she's just trying to be strong, just like the rest of us. And more than anything, we are just grateful that no lives were lost in this disaster. And yeah, we're just grateful.
And if your grandmother is anything like mine, it's not just, to her, the loss of a home would not be just about the roof, the building, right? Because it was a place of many memories. She would have lost things now washed away by the floodwater that were precious to her, that can't be replaced, even if you rebuild.
True, very true. Very true. She's lost her belongings. It was her matrimonial home. So you can imagine she had all her children because she's originally from Esho. But then when she had to move to Devon, she started having kids and all. So you can imagine it's painful. It's emotional. It's something that just no one can expect or just. How to deal with it. It's something that's beyond you.
Do you think your family will want to rebuild in the same area, or would you like perhaps to move somewhere else?
Personally, because this picture will never be erased from my mind. So even if we were to rebuild and start over, I think at the back of our minds we'll all have that fear of what this could happen again. But we will just have to wait for direction and guidance from her in telling us, okay, my children and grandchildren, this is what I believe would work for us moving forward, as she's the living elder in our home.
And you're speaking to us today from Durban, Sindiswa. How much damages were you, or how safe is it?
Where I am, it's not that bad, but then still I cannot travel because I'm currently in Richards Bay, so I cannot travel back home because as I've been following up news updates, it's not safe. The roads are closed, so it's just a hopeless situation. I just don't know what to do.
Sindiswa Hlela, thank you so much for speaking to us, and I do hope that things get better for you and your family, especially your grandmother. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Right, we will be live to KwaZulu-Natal with our team of reporters. Nkosi Duma has been out to various other parts. Sindiswa was speaking to us about her grandmother's house. It's basically partially collapsed in Inanda, but other parts of the province also affected. Nkosi Duma will give us a better sense then of the scale and just the area covered by this damage.